couple of announcements. Well, first of all, let's take roll and we can see how many trustees are on.
Mar Alexander,
Good morning, President.
Commissioner Kevin Boozle,
Present.
Secretary Latika Davis Jones, Commissioner Pat Fabian,
Present.
Stuart Fisk,
Present.
Representative Jamie Flick,
Morning, here.
Representative Danielle Friel-Otten,
Present.
Shay Madden, present. Commissioner Robert Postal,
Here.
Senator Christine Tartaglione,
Here.
Commissioner Lori Vargo Hefner.
Here.
Chair Tom Van Kirk.
Here. Okay, quorum being present, we will start the meeting. Before we begin, I'd like to make a few announcements. The meeting of the Pennsylvania Open has been duly advertised as a public meeting in accordance with the Sunshine Act and is therefore open to members of the public as observers. Participation in the meeting, however, is limited to trustees and those the trustees have invited in advance to take part. The meeting is going to be recorded and the minutes will be available on the trust website after they are approved by the Board of Trustees. An executive session of the trust was held immediately prior to this public meeting for the purpose of receiving litigation updates and legal advice. So with that, first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the August 21st, 2025 Board of Trustees public meeting and public listening session. Is there a motion to pass those, to approve those minutes?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Is there?
Second, Commissioner Pat Fabian.
Thank you. Any discussion or changes anybody would like to make to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, with that, we're going to move on. I'd like to get an update from the Office of Attorney General regarding the Purdue Sackler and secondary manufacturer settlement. So Neil, if you're on, the floor is yours.
Thank you and good morning. Again, our update will be brief, but it's a positive one. I think many people are aware of the lengthy history of the Purdue Sackler investigation, litigation, etc. Pleased to report that on November 18th, the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York approved the plan of bankruptcy for Purdue Pharma. And so that was a vital and necessary step forward in finalizing these settlements with Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family. There will now just be some legal issues, kind of papering this bankruptcy that will need to be completed. So at this point, there is no anticipation of funds available for distribution here in 2025. We anticipate that all of the legal steps, they're not hurdles, they're just necessary steps that have to take place, would occur by early spring of 2026, and then some distributions would be available at some time after that. There is also the secondary opioid manufacturer settlement that is running on a bit of a parallel time frame, and that settlement requires some further legal papering, but we're pleased to report has been approved by all necessary sovereigns and participants. So that settlement with 8 distinct companies is considerably for considerably less money, but we anticipate that distributions from that settlement would be available to the trust in 2026 as well. The final note, and I'm sorry I'm being lengthier than I thought I would be, final note is a thank you to members of the board, subdivision officials who are on the meeting now. We were able to achieve the incentive levels necessary to maximize these settlements, and that took considerable effort, cooperation, and that's appreciated. So thank you, and I'll turn it back over.
Thank you, Neil. One question I have is, will it be necessary before we can distribute the funds for you to have another amendment of the overall trust order so that we will be authorized by the Commonwealth Court, or can we go ahead without that amendment?
I anticipate at this point that amendment would be necessary. It's at the court's discretion, but we've amended the trust previously, and we don't anticipate any particular difficulties doing it again. It is, again, some of it is simply administrative edits to the existing trust order. But yeah, so we would anticipate that, and that would likely be in the early spring as well.
Thank you. I would just say, with regard to Neil's comment about the getting the consents in from all of the participating shareholders and the counties, this is very important for those new members of the board. Until we can maximize the amount of money that comes from any of the defendants, it is necessary to get the vast majority of counties that will be receiving money to consent to the settlement agreement. And that is what Neil is referring to. I believe all 67 counties, as they have in the past, have agreed to the settlement and to the terms of the settlement. By the way, all of which are subject to them agreeing to distribute the monies they receive from the trust in accordance with Exhibit E. So that is all consented to. Any other questions of Neil? Hearing none. Neil, I do want to say you thank all of the participating subdivisions and the board. I would just like to add my thanks on behalf of the board to the Attorney General's office. You have really done yeoman's service from the time that the first settlements were reached in 2022, both in achieving the overall consents of everybody that is participating, but in your doggedly pursuing the other settlements, all of which I think will add up to about $2 billion being received by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania over the course of the 15 years. So it is with great thanks to all of you at the Attorney General's office, including former General Shapiro and current General Sunday. So please pass on our vote of our gratitude to all of your colleagues.
Thank you, and your words are very appreciated.
Next, we're going to have the overview of the trust financial statements. Lisa?
I think it would help if you pull up the financial statement that's in your materials. It is an Excel spreadsheet. While you're pulling that up, our cash balance at Wilmington Trust is approximately 165 million. When we get to the distributions, you'll see that we're about to distribute 134 million. So we have 165 million in cash, and in December, we'll distribute 134 million. So if you have the income statement open, I want you, in the first place, this is a cash basis statement. Our fiscal year end is December. So we'll show the 12 months. This is just the 1 year that you're looking at. The first two lines I want to draw your attention to are interest income. So the interest income for the year is 3 million. It's the first two lines added together, about $3.5 million. In the lower portion of the statement are all our expenses. The administrative expenses are about $1,050,000. So interest is approximately 3.5. Administrative expenditures are a little over $1 million, and I'm telling you that so that you can see that the interest is covering the administrative expenses. The financial statement will show net income of $100 million for this year. That is before we make distributions that we're going to make. So that's not included here because with cash basis, you'll see the distributions on the December financial statement when we look at the year end. One other thing I want to mention, you'll see a payment was made to the Office of the Attorney General. If we look in the left in the description, money was sent to us inadvertently. We just simply paid it back to them. That's what that payment is for. Happy to take any questions on the financial statements.
Are you talking about the 325,000 more plus to the Attorney General?
Let me page down to it. Office of Attorney General, yes, 325,133. It was not our money. We deposited it and sent it right back out to them as soon as we got their banking info.
Okay, I understand. And toward the year end, we'll make that distribution, assuming we'll pass that resolution in a little bit. Any other, so we're going to show revenue, but we're going to show revenue coming in November, December also?
We'll have interest income in November and December. I'm not aware of any other funds, but I don't necessarily know that in advance, but I don't expect it.
Okay, well, I'm just looking at the 100 million at the bottom, and I think somebody said that the distributions will be 130 million.
That's right. We're also distributing money we received last year. So the 100 million is just this year's net income. It's not
Right.
cumulative.
I got you. All right, thank you.
Good question. Thank you.
And additionally, Robert, I would add that we do have the payment to the Commonwealth of about $15 million gets made in June, not in December.
Okay.
Concerning the financial statements. Okay, Lisa, while you're on, I would like to move on to the a resolution authorizing the 2025 distributions. I want you to give some detail, but first, I want to point out something to the trustees, and we do have a resolution, and that is regarding two of the distributions that would have been made. There are two counties that did not submit two subdivisions that did not submit any statements. You might recall in the original Commonwealth Court Order of 2022, only the counties had to report how they spent the money. As of the amended trust order of October 15th, 2024, it requires that not only the counties, so each of the litigating subdivisions and the health department of the city of the first class should submit a report by March 15th of each year. We did notify all of the litigating subdivisions of their new requirement, and we went and sent an email to all the participating subdivisions, including two that are in question. One is Aliquippa City and the other is Mahoning Township, and set forth what their obligations were. Aliquippa and Mahoning failed and refused. They were requested and refused to submit a report to the trust by the March 17th deadline that we had established, and therefore after the meeting in March and before the public meeting in June, we did send them a written notice of deficiency informing them that there was a need to immediately file their reports or risk the trust withholding future distributions, all of which is pursuant to the amended trust order. At the 2025 public meeting, The board did pass a resolution putting Aliquippa and Mahoning Township on notice to cure. Gave them the opportunity and gave them 3 months to cure by submitting a report. Pursuant to that resolution, if either of these participating subdivisions failed to file a report within the time period, the trust could reduce or withhold future distributions to them. And this was, in addition to it being done in a public meeting, they were sent notice of this following the public meeting. As of this date, and they did have a chance, there was a formal reporting period, September the 15th of this year, and we still did not receive anything. So as of this date, neither Aliquippa City nor Mahoning Township has filed a report as required by the order, and have been given numerous opportunities to do so. Therefore, I do think that we ought to withhold the information, and I would like to ask for the following resolution. Resolve that pursuant to the amended trust order, the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania Opioid Trust hereby withholds any and all December 25th distributions to Aliquippa City and Mahoning Townships. Such distributions shall be reallocated to the Commonwealth account and distributed to the Commonwealth on June 26th or by the end of June of 1926. Is there any of 2026? Is there any motion to that effect?
So moved, Kevin Boozle.
Second.
Kevin is. Any discussion of the motion?
I just have a question. Go ahead, Commissioner Boozle. I'll follow you up. I was just curious. Have they received even the first payment? I see the second payment's being withheld. Looking at Aliquippa City as a total of $6,300. They've received $0.
No, they would have received
The
those
first-
dollars, but pursuant to the original trust order, they weren't required to file anything. So this is only going to relate to monies that they would be receiving after the December 20, after December of 2024.
This would apply to the distribution of December 2025 only. Does that answer your question?
So they've received those first funds.
Yes.
The initial tranche.
They received
Industrial report. I want to make sure.
they received distributions in 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Okay.
They were not required to report spending opioid settlement funds until March of 2025, which they failed and refused to do, despite being given multiple opportunities to do so and to cure it after receiving formal notice from the trust. So the remedy under the amended trust order is to reduce or withhold the next distribution, which would occur this month.
Jason, the question I think Kevin is asking is monies that they already received in 22 and 23 and 20 money not being withheld. All we're taking action on today is withholding the money that they would have gotten.
And there's no accountability to that funding right now because they haven't done the report.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. That explains it. Thank you.
Commissioner Boozle, excellent questions. It gives me a better understanding. That was one of my questions. Second question, I appreciate the trust reaching out and the efforts put forth to Mahoning and the Aliquippa City. Just from my knowledge base, what are they responding back with correspondence at all? Did they not have personnel to do this reporting? Have we heard anything back from them?
Bree, question?
Hi, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Sorry, I was out of the room.
Man, shoot that off. My question is, or either Aliquippa City or Mahoning, or they just don't have staffing personnel to do the reporting? Have we gotten any correspondence back to why they're with their requirement of reporting? Like, well, what's their sticking point?
Yes, early on in the process, I did follow up via email as well as phone calls. If I recall correctly, I believe Aliquippa City had indicated that they didn't have an intention to file a report. Mahoning Township, I'm not sure what the reason is. So I do know that there has been, other materials that have been submitted to the trust from them, not report related. So that does make me believe that they're receiving our communications, but otherwise I'm not sure.
Other questions? Having a motion and a second, ask for all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, resolution passes. Now that we passed that resolution, Lisa, we get into the resolution authorizing December 25th distributions to participating subdivisions. Would you like to report on that?
Certainly, if you could open the spreadsheet for the distributions, it will help you understand. Once you have that spreadsheet open, there are multiple tabs at the bottom. If you would look at the summary tab, that would be most helpful. There's money being paid from several sources. The summary page is the first page if you printed this out. Monies are being paid from several sources. Wave one, which is J&J Distributors. This is our 5th payment from those entities. From wave two, this is the 3rd payment. We paid 2 last year because of the timing of the receipt of money. So this is the 3rd payment. And then we're making a payment from Endo, that company. This will be the only time you're going to see Endo on the spreadsheet. This is all of the funds. If you want to know the total of any particular entity, look at Adams County. They're going to receive the amount December in the grand total $495,420. You would be able to determine that from any of the counties, municipalities, district attorneys' offices that are included in this distribution. Aliquippa and Mahoning are highlighted. Talk about where you can see those monies coming out. But the total, this is row 27 if you're looking at it online. The total we're paying to municipalities is $107,348,000. I did include a reconciliation at the bottom of the spreadsheet to be transparent for you. In each of the calculations, you can see that the money is being withheld from these municipalities and added to the Commonwealth payment that we are not paying in December. We'll pay that in June. So you can see the items that are highlighted are backed out at the bottom and shown in the Commonwealth payment. Couple other tidbits of information for you. There is a tab for the payments going forward for each type of funding that we receive. We don't receive exactly the amount in those tabs. Sometimes it's a little higher, sometimes it's a little lower. So you can use it to gauge future potential distributions, but you can't use it as an exact amount. Those amounts differ depending, and we distribute what we receive. So if we get a little more, a little less, that's what we distribute. So you can add up the tabs to figure out future distributions. Just be mindful they would be estimates. Are there questions about distribution? It's a lot of numbers. If you look at the summary page, you can get a snapshot of what we're going to do here on December 15th. Payments will go out.
Any question of Lisa? And just as a reminder, as Lisa pointed out, we are required to make these payments by December 15th of each year to the litigating subdivisions. And in August of this year, we did provide each of the participating subdivisions with a spreadsheet of the estimated distributions that would be made. So what we now want to do is get the formal authorization of this board to do it pursuant to the spreadsheet that Lisa was just referring to, all of which was a part of your materials. So I would like to ask for a motion that based on the spreadsheet calculations prepared by the trust accountant, included in the materials distributed to the members of the board for this meeting, the board hereby authorizes distribution of trust funds substantially similar to the counties and litigating subdivisions identified therein, with such distributions to occur on or before December 15th, 2025, in accordance with the provisions of the amended trust order. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Click.
Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I just have a quick question, maybe to Lisa. Is the check is lump sum? Would it be a lump sum? Putting my county hat on.
Payment for litigating subdivision and count, one payment for each entity.
All right, thank you.
Any other points of clarification? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate all your hard work on this. I don't think any of us can understand just how the money comes in dribs and drabs. Sometimes money has to be refunded to the Attorney General. This year, some of the payments from Johnson & Johnson came in later than what we anticipated. So it's a tremendous amount of work that she puts in, particularly in the second 6 months of any calendar year, to make sure that we can promptly get this money out the door on December 15th. So Lisa, thank you for all your help on this. With that, I'd like to move on to a presentation by the new head of the County Commissioners Association, Kyle Kopko. As you might all recall, we did enter into in early 2023. We named the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania for many, many valid reasons to be the administrative trust. Prior to that time, the Attorney General's office had done it. They already alerted us that they were no longer going to do it once the trust was had been created and was up and running, and therefore it was necessary to have an administrator. At that time, we all had a very detailed discussion as to who we ought to do, what we ought to do about administering. And it became very evident that the only way of really doing this and in the proper way was to ask the County Commissioners Association if they would be able to undertake the duties as administrator. They submitted a contract, we approved the contract, and we did it. That contract needs to be renewed in December of each year. It was in December of 24 last year, and now it is necessary to do it for 2026. So Kyle, as I said, is the new head of the County Commissioners Association as of July or August of this year, and has already gotten very, very active and has been very supportive of the trust and helping to coordinate efforts. While I'm welcoming Kyle as the new head of that, I was remiss in not recognizing the new member of the trust since the time that we had our last public meeting. Lori Hefner has been named to represent the northeastern section of Pennsylvania, and she is from Northampton. She is a commissioner with Northampton County, and will be actively involved and already has been actively participating in the work groups, as well as an introductory session that we had and conducted for new members. So other new members within the last 6 months, you were present and introduced at the August meeting. But Lori, I wanted to make sure that we welcomed you. Welcome. Kyle, that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And it's my great honor to be the new Executive Director of the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania and also work closely with the Trust Administrator, Ms. Brianna Anderson, and all members of the Trust. Just as a quick means of introduction for folks online who haven't had the chance to meet me, this is now my 5th month here at the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, or CCAP. We serve as the unifying voice for all 67 counties within the Commonwealth. So our rural areas, our urban areas, everything in between. And really, we seek to advance best practices for our county commissioners and employees that report up to the county commissioners. We do this through policy positions, educational summits, and just a wide variety of partnerships, just like the Opioid Trust. We have a number of affiliate organizations and insurance programs, which are all aimed at advancing the best practices to be implemented within counties. And before this, I should note, I was in the General Assembly for 5 years as the Executive Director for the Center for Rural Pennsylvania, a bipartisan legislative agency that served both the House and the Senate. And during that time, the Center for Rural Pennsylvania really established itself as a research champion of understanding the extent of the opioid and substance use disorder crisis within the Commonwealth, recognizing that this is an across-the-board problem for the Commonwealth. And I say all that to underscore how much respect I have for the Trust and the work that you are all doing to serve all of the Commonwealth, to make sure that the resources and programs and services are in place to address this very, very important issue. And as I already presented to the Trust during executive session, I'm pleased to announce our support for an additional position here within CCAP for a 3rd opioid trust employee, an opioid trust liaison, which would help with public engagement, communication, collection of information to liaison not only between the trust, but also stakeholders all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The memo that I submitted to the trust outlines our plan for the coming fiscal year for 2026, including staff costs, benefits, any sort of increases due to overhead within our facilities, licensing for software like our Microsoft Office, our email systems, but also costs related to hosting regional summits, symposium, travel for the employees that work for the Trust within CCAP, and hosting regional events at a grand total of $406,500 in total. And I welcome the opportunity at any time to collaborate with members of the Trust, answer any questions that you may have, and just be a good partner. And that also goes for members of the public who are listening here today. One of my goals for CCAP is to be more externally engaged and ensure that we are serving the best interest not only of our counties, but the entire Commonwealth. I truly believe that if our counties are stronger, the Commonwealth is stronger. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back my time, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And once again, thank you for all the help that you all have done. As was mentioned, the total costs for 2026 are going to be $409,000. We did approve the additional position last year, but due to various things that happened during the course of 2025, we never did fully implement, despite the fact that we discussed and found the need for another person. There's a lot of coordination that goes on, and more, one of the initial complaints in 2023 after the Trust was formed was what do the counties know what they're supposed to be doing? What help are we going to provide? And that has been a recurring question, although we've addressed most of it. The counties are doing a very good job of submitting the required information, as shown by the number of forms that have been submitted, number one, and number two, and maybe more importantly, the number that have been approved by this Trust. But we can always do better, and more questions come up as the money starts accumulating, and we continue to make $100 million payments to the counties each year. So we do feel a continued need for this additional position, as was outlined by Kyle, and I would fully recommend it. And at the same time, thank thank the County Commissioners Association for all you've done on our behalf. It has been really appreciated. So with that, I would like to have a motion to the following effect. Resolved that the Pennsylvania Opioid Trust approves the estimated cost for administrative services provided by the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania for 2026, including the addition of a participating subdivision liaison position. Can I have a motion to that effect?
Second.
Is there a second?
I just want to make note of this. The county commissioners that serve on the CCAP board should be extending extensions and not making motions on this.
Yeah.
Contract.
If you could all hear that properly pointed out by Commissioner Boozle, that all members of the association, which will consist of about 5 of you altogether, should abstain. Other than that, is there any further discussion of the resolution?
You need to approve the motion since I can't.
I think, Tom, I think there's a question. I think Lori initially made the motion and is going to withdraw pursuant to Commissioner Boozle's comment. So if we could just get a new motion made by another trustee.
I'll move the motion. This is Tumar.
Thank you. And continues by Stuart Fish.
Yeah.
Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, just to clarify, this is postal. Since I'm not on the CCAP board anymore, obviously we're a member. I think, Mr. Chair, you said members. I think it's appropriate for me to vote on this. I'm not a board member, but do I need a legal interpretation, Jason, on this?
I think, Commissioner Postal, if you're comfortable voting, as long as you're not a member of the board of CCAP, I think that's okay.
Okay.
I would agree.
Thank you.
Clearly, no trustee has any personal pecuniary interest in the outcome of this.
Okay.
But the opposite might be true.
Clarification is okay. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Commissioner Fay, I did have one discussion point. I'm glad to see this position on here. Counties have been doing a good job. But once this person's onboarded, I'd really like to be one of their top priorities, reaching out to Mahoning and Aliquippa City just to see what's going on there. I hate to see communities, especially in my backyard like Aliquippa, to leave money on the table, and just to see how we can support them from that position. That's all.
So noted, and make sure that that person gets a hold of any county in the future or subdivision that is not reporting. A very good suggestion. Okay. We had a motion that passed. I would just like to say, as a reminder to everybody, yes, there is an increase here in the amount that is going to be paid, but we continue to pay all of the administrative costs, including CCAP, including the accountants, including the attorney's fees, including insurance, which we will be voting on later. All of those continue to be paid out of the interest that we are earning, and we have spent anything from the corpus of the trust or monies that are going to be going to the litigating subdivisions or the county or the state for administrative purposes. So once again, I thank all of the trustees for doing this on a pro bono basis, which is what enables us to keep those administrative expenses being paid for merely by just thank you to everybody. With that, I'm going to move on and move up on the agenda our voting and our reports on the remediation programs that were reported by the county. As I mentioned, there's about 206 of them. So we do have a lot to go over. One of the reporters has a hard stop at 12:45 today. So we're going to try to get through as many of these as we can before he has to depart. So if you could, Bree, put up the material concerning the remediation programs, and we will get started with with those. I would also suggest that the lunch is scheduled tentatively for about 12 o'clock. I'd like to push that back to about 12:30 so we can try to get as many of these done before the lunch break as possible. First, the first program is Allegheny County. I'm sorry.
Okay, Allegheny County, program number 25.
Allegheny County, I'm reminded by council, I have to give the required intro to this, and particularly because we do have new members, but the first amended trust order does requires that there should be a report submitted to the Board of Trustees by March 15th showing the expenditure of funds. At the public meeting that we held in February of 2024, we also approved a resolution to require each public participating subdivision to submit an additional report by September the 15th. On or about September 15th, all 67 counties and the vast majority of the litigating subdivisions submitted those reports detailing the expenditure and commitment of trust funds. And the two exceptions obviously were Alcova City and Mahoning Township, which we've already discussed. Also, Hazleton City is one of them that did not submit. Everybody else did report on September 15th. The working groups met during the October-November timeframe to review these reports. Consistent with each practice, each program was characterized as either recommended for approval, still under consideration, or non-compliant. We're now going to review the recommendations of the working groups so the board may fulfill its responsibilities. Following today's public meeting and actions by the board, each public participating subdivision will receive a follow-up communication detailing those programs that have been approved as compliant or disapproved as non-compliant. And also, obviously, if there's additional questions that we needed before we could vote as either approved or approved or disapproved. Within that, the board will now review those reports. We have the spreadsheet on it. The first county to be reviewed is Allegheny County, which was working group number 3, which is Shay.
Okay, we have Allegheny County program number 25 with the Allegheny County Department or Health Department. The program is the Mon Valley Recovery and Peer Support Network. The total spent thus far is $456.94. They have committed a total of $125,543.06, and we would recommend approval. Allegheny program number 26. Allegheny County Health Department. Prevention program means supporting expansion and enhancement of K-12 school-based social emotional supports. They have not spent any funding to date. Total committed is $496,579, and we would recommend approval. Allegheny County program number 27, Allegheny County Health Department community-based MOUD program. Spent $5,172.81 with a total committed of $509,827.19, and we would recommend approval.
Okay, any questions concerning any of the 3 Allegheny County programs just described by Shay? Hearing none, we'll move on to Armstrong County, which was working group number 1, and that is Kevin Boozle.
Thank you, Chairman. Armstrong County project number 8, Ark Manor, school-based SUD outpatient. 0 spent, 150,730 committed. This program is recommended for approval. Armstrong County project number 9, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Media campaign, 0 spent, 36,000 committed, and they are also recommended for approval. Armstrong County project number 10, Arc Manor Forensic Treatment Specialist, $8,638.60 spent, $138,966.36 committed. This program is also recommended for approval. Can you scroll just a piece, please?
Can you scroll the, okay, thank you.
Okay. The project number 11 for Armstrong County Arc Manor, also recovery housing, $33,393 spent. No additional funds. They're also recommended for approval. Armstrong County project 12, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, expansion of school prevention services, 0 spent, 70,000 committed. This project is also recommended for approval. Armstrong County project 13, the open door, critical incident stress management team, 0 has been $3,302 are committed. This project is also recommended for approval. Armstrong County project 14, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, jail-based medication assisted treatment, 0 spent, 70,000 committed, also recommended for approval. Permission to move on to Bedford County. Bedford County project number 3, Bedford County probation, established problem-solving court, 0 spent, $33,103.91 committed. Recommended partial approval, recommended partial non-compliance on that project. Oh, I'm sorry, I read somebody else's. That was number 2. I apologize. I didn't think I had any.
I think that's a typo.
Okay, that is mine.
Yes.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. Thank you. I thought it was mine, but then I just realized it said project 2. In addition, Bedford County project number 4, personal solutions, funding treatment for uninsured individuals, $0 spent, 50,000 committed, and this project is recommended for approval.
Commissioner Boozle.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
On Bedford County,
yes,
number 3, can you just make sure that you address the rationale for the recommendation?
Yes.
The partial approval, or do you want me to do that?
If you don't mind, I can't really see that very well.
I think the working, just to add to what Commissioner Boozle said, the partial approval, partial non-compliance, there's a portion of the program related to a consultant drug court coordinator, which was $9,313.65. That part is recommended for approval. There's a portion of the program, however, related to substance abuse drug court officer, which is $32,671.10 that is recommended as non-compliant. And this is because it's a probation officer position, which are considered law enforcement and therefore not within the scope of Exhibit E.
Thank you, Jim.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, I appreciate the clarification. I skipped that part, so I apologize. I will move on now to project number
4.
Okay, I did number 4, I did believe, but I'll do it again.
Yep.
Bedford County project number 4, personal solutions funding treatment for uninsured individuals, 0 spent, 50,000 committed. That was recommended. Bedford County project 5, personal solutions, Be a Loving Mirror, Balm family group, 0 spent, 12,000 committed. Also recommended for full approval. Bedford County project 6, personal solutions again, case management and recovery support, 0 spent, 30,000 committed, recommended approval. Bedford County project 7, personal solutions, recovery support activities, $2,500 is committed, 0 spent, also recommended approval. Bedford County project 8, Horizon Behavioral Health, certified recovery specialist, 0 spent, 45,000 committed, recommended full approval. Bedford County project 9, Bedford County Commissioners, harm reduction kits, 0 spent, 5,000 committed. This is recommended for full approval. Bedford County project 10, Bedford County Commissioners, building future scholarships program, $0 spent, 100,000 committed. Still under consideration. We've requested additional information on this project as to, I believe, if I remember correctly in the reading of this, while it's preventing long-term stability and relapse, I believe the question is how it would be distributed.
Exactly.
Is that correct? Okay, I thought that's what I called. So that was project number 10. So it's still under consideration. If we can scroll. Thank you. Bedford County Project 11, Bedford County Commissioners New Horizon Workforce Program, $0 spent, $38,103.91 committed. It is recommended approval. Bedford County Commissioners, also Bedford County First Responders Training, $0 spent, $55,000 committed. It is recommended for approval. Bedford County Project 13, again under the Bedford County Commissioners Recovery Treatment Scholarship Program, $0 spent, $96,000 committed, also recommended for approval. Bedford County Project 14, Personal Solutions, Students Against Destructive Decisions County Conference, $0 spent, $4,000 committed, also recommended for approval. Bedford County Project 15, Personal Solutions, Public Education and Training on Addiction, $0 spent, $5,000 committed, also recommended for approval.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions concerning any of the Bedford County recommendations? Hearing none, we're going to move on to Berks County. And once again, Kevin, that's yours.
Thank you. Berks County Project 32, Council on Chemical Abuse in Berks SCA's Recovery House, $52,910 have been spent, $0 have been committed. It is recommended for approval. Berks County Project 33, Berks SOS, Community Opioid Coalition, $5,000 has been spent, $0 additional committed. It is recommended for approval.
What, wait, too far.
Yeah, a little bit right there. Berks County Project 34, Council on Chemical Abuse Again, SCA, Outpatient Treatment Services, $14,180.98 expended, $0 committed. It is recommended for approval. Berks County Project 35, Berks Counseling Center, Treatment Counseling Services at Berks County Jail, $145,000 have been expended, $0 have been committed. It is recommended for approval. That concludes Berks County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning any of the Berks County programs?
No.
Representative Flick?
No questions. No.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to Blair County. And once again, Kevin, that's yours.
Thank you. Sorry you have to tolerate me this long, but I apologize. Blair County Project 7, Blair County Department of Social Services, request for proposal. Administrative expenses, $229.02 have been expended, $0 have been committed. This has been recommended for approval. Blair County Project 8, Z School LLC, Harrisburg University, Blair County Police and First Responder Opioid Readiness and Awareness Training. $0 have been spent, $92,300 have been committed. This is recommended for approval. Blair County Project 9, Blair County Drug and Alcohol Program again, Blair County SCA OUD treatment, $0 expended, $42,108 have been committed. This project is recommended for approval. Blair County Project 10, Blair County Drug and Alcohol Program, Blair County In-Prison Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, CBT group, $0 expended, $8,934 have been committed. This project is recommended for approval. Blair County Project 11, Blair County Drug and Alcohol Program again, Prison Reentry Women's Services, $0 spent, $95,541 committed. This project is recommended for approval. And our final Blair County Project number 12, UPMC Western Behavioral Health of Alleghenies, WBHA Contingency Management Program, $0 spent, $40,000 committed. This project is also recommended for approval. That concludes my report for Blair County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Blair County? And just as a reminder to everybody on the phone, we do have a complete synthesis. This was provided in part by the counties and in part by us. to further describe some of these programs. But what was actually reviewed by these working groups are hundreds, if not 1,000 pages of backup information that the counties submit first to Penn State and later comes on to the trust. So the working groups that have looked at this, analyzed them in depth in 4 and 5 hour meetings to whatever counties were attributable, have reviewed a number of documentations. None of these recommendations are being made lightly. With that, I'd like to move on to Bucks County, and that's working group number 3, Shay.
Bucks County Program number 50, Bucks County Drug and Alcohol Commission, community-based mini grant powered by Transformation. They have spent $2,372.44 with a total committed of $22,627.56, and we would recommend approval. Bucks County Program 51, County of Bucks Human Services, Lower Bucks Inspire Me Program. $105,790.88 has been spent, with an additional $294,209.12 committed. That is recommended to still be under consideration. Bucks County Program 52, Bucks County Human Services 988 Call Center. $3,330.67 has been spent, with an additional $206,669.33 being committed. That is also recommended as still under consideration. Bucks County Program 53, County of Bucks Grief Support Group, $8,277.59 has been spent, with an additional $16,722.41 committed. That is also recommended to still be under consideration. Bucks County Program number 54, County of Bucks State Families for Children, $59,067.91 has been spent. Additional $139,074.09 committed, and we would recommend approval.
Okay, thank you. I would note that for all 3 of the programs that are under consideration, it's not that any one of them is not deemed to be a worthy program, but we did need further explanation because they are addressing a number of different problems, and we want to see just how it's related to opioid to make sure it's compliant with Exhibit E, and that's the reason that it's being sent back for further information. With that, are there any other questions about Bucks County? Hearing none, we will move on to I would like to, at this point, have a resolution on those particular programs. We are going to be dividing it into 8 or 9 separate resolutions, this being the first. The resolution I'd like to ask for is resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania Opioid Trust, based on the recommendations of the working groups that met and reviewed the September 15th, 2025 reports, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Allegheny programs number 25 to 27, Armstrong County programs number 8 through 4, Bedford County programs number 3, 4 through 9, and 11 through 15. I would note with regard to program number 3, there were really 2 different programs under that. We'll have a separate resolution for the second one. The only one we're voting for approval is the portion of the program related to consultant drug court coordinator. Also, Berks County programs 32 to 35, Blair County programs 7 through 15, Blair County 7 through 12, and Bucks County programs number 50 and 54. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
I'll move.
Second.
Is there okay. Recognizing that any commissioner, any trustee that is also a commissioner is not going to be voting on the anything relating to their own particular county. In this regard, I think only Allegheny County and Armstrong are the only 2 that fall within that this time, and I would ask them not to vote with regard to their particular county. We have Motion and a second. Any questions concerning it? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Further motion, with regard to those particular counties, further resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby disapproves the following program as non-compliant with the applicable settlement terms as set forth in Exhibit E, and that's Bedford County number 3, which is the portion of the program related to substance abuse officer. Can I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved.
Kevin.
Second. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, that will move us on to Carbon County and working group number 1. Kevin.
Carbon County project number 14, Carbon County Coroner's Office, Coroner's Rab Docs machine supplies. $17,910 have been expended, $0 are committed. It is recommended for approval. That concludes Carbon County.
Okay, any questions? Next is Center County, working group number 3. Shay.
Center County Program number 19, Center County Drug and Alcohol for Case Management Services. $95,717.71 has been spent with an additional $50,000 committed, and we would recommend approval.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Center County? That'll move us on to Chester County, which is working group number 2. Stuart.
Chester County number 43. This is to the Chester County SCA for the faith-based outreach program. Total spent $2,062. And we recommend approval. Chester County 44, also Chester County SCA for expanding testing and treatment for OUD-related infectious diseases. Total spent $3,026.01. Recommend approval. Chester County number 45, Chester County SCA, harm reduction vending machines, kiosks, and harm reduction supplies. Total spent $12,615. Recommend approval. Chester County number 46, opioid settlement program coordinator. Total spent $38,363.49. Additional commitment of $3,987.20. Recommend approval. Chester County 47, SCA community access naloxone boxes. Total spent $0. Total committed $12,899. Recommend approval.
Okay, any questions? Okay, next one is working group number 1. Start or Kevin.
Thank you. That would be Clarion County project number 6, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Hall Commission. Student Assistance Program, $0 expended, $195,000 committed. This is still under consideration at this time. And that concludes Clarion County.
If any of you hear the sirens in the background, that is the parade starting for the River Hounds, who were soccer champions, and Pittsburgh is having a parade for them. So, no emergency, just a celebration. Any questions concerning Clarion? Move on to Clearfield County, working group number 2, Stuart.
Yeah, thanks for the clarification. Tom means I'll be here for the rest of the program. This is Clearfield number 5, Clearfield Jefferson Drug and Alcohol Commission, funding community coalitions. Total spent $200,000, still under consideration.
Any questions? Moving on to Clinton County, once again, Kevin, back to you.
Thank you. Clinton County project number 3, Clinton County Housing Authority, Recovery Housing and Supported Services Program. $0 expended, $15,000 committed. This is recommended for approval.
Okay. Any questions concerning Clinton County? That will move us on to Columbia County. Stuart.
Columbia County program number 2, Agape Narcan purchases. Total spent $0. Total committed $2,000. We recommend approval. Columbia County number 3, Agape Transportation, 0 spent, $3,000 committed, recommend approval. Columbia County number 4, Agape Housing, 0 spent, total committed $15,000, recommend approval. Columbia County number 5, Adult Probation and Parole, HART program, I believe that's a housing program. Total spent 0, total committed was $61,800. We recommended approval. Columbia County number 6, Adult Probation Treatment Court. Total spent 0, total committed $15,000. We recommend approval. Columbia County number 7, Columbia County Treatment Court Administrator. There was 0 spent, $31,309 was committed, and this is still under consideration. Columbia County number 8, Columbia County Adult Probation Reentry Day Reporting, 0 spent, $112,462.39 committed. This is still under consideration. Columbia County number 9, Columbia County Coroner, 0 spent, $25,351.86 committed. Recommend approval. Columbia County number 10 is for the Columbia County Prison for medication assisted treatment, $0 spent. Total committed $1,547. We recommend approval. Columbia County number 11, Columbia County Adult Probation, 0 spent, $188,078.09 committed. This is still under consideration. Columbia County number 12, Art House Community Strategies Group, 0 spent, committed $1,063,697 committed. Recommend approval. Columbia County number 13, Genesis House. This is an electric bike transportation program. 0 spent, $33,500 committed. We recommend approval. Columbia County number 14, passenger van transportation program. $0 spent, $60,500 committed. We recommend approval.
Thank you, Stuart. Any questions concerning any of the Columbia County programs? Hearing none, we'll move on to Crawford County, and that would be you, Shay.
Crawford County Program number 11, Crawford County EPA urine screening analysis. No money has been spent, $50,000 committed. We recommend that still be under consideration. Crawford County Program number 12, Crawford County Drug and Alcohol Harm Reduction Vending Machine. Nothing spent, $25,000 committed. We would recommend approval. And Crawford County Program number 13, Crawford County Drug and Alcohol Job Training. Nothing spent, $10,000 committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, any questions concerning the Crawford County programs? None, we'll move on to Dauphin County, and once again, Shay, that is you.
Dauphin County Program number 28, Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Harrisburg. Catholic Charities Evergreen, nothing spent, $53,246 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 29, Dauphin County Prison Containment Center. For prison MAT, nothing spent, $100,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 30, Dauphin County Prison. Dauphin County Prison OUD Program Manager, nothing spent, $98,167 committed. We recommend that still under consideration. Dauphin County Program number 31, Elvis LLC, nothing spent in the amount and $30,000 committed. Recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 32, Emergency Health Services Federation. Nothing spent, $70,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 33, Cadenzia, Cadencia Family Support and Community Education Initiative, nothing spent, $69,005 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 34, Kudo Creative, The Real Risk, nothing spent, $50,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program 35, Life Esteem Inc. for CRS training, nothing spent, $75,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 36, Life Esteem Inc. again for trauma support groups, nothing spent, $70,000 committed. We would recommend still under consideration. Dauphin County Program 37, M28 Ministry, nothing spent, $51,000 committed. We recommend still under consideration. Dauphin County Program number 38, Nasir Consult Group for Empowering Recovery, nothing spent, $27,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Penn State College of Medicine, Penn State Addiction Conference, nothing spent, $26,940 committed, still under consideration. Dauphin County Program 40, Susquehanna Recovery Initiative Inc. for CRS, nothing spent, $75,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 41, The Morning Call for a fentanyl awareness program, nothing spent, $50,000 committed. We would recommend approval. Dauphin County Program number 42, Biomedia Opioid Remediation Campaign, nothing spent, $50,000 committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, thank you. Any questions concerning Dauphin County programs? Hearing none, we'll move on to a resolution concerning the last few counties we went over. First motion I would like to ask if somebody would make is resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable settlement terms as set forth in Exhibit E, described in the Commonwealth Court Order. Carbon County Program number 14, Center County Program number 19, Chester County Program 43 through 47, Clinton County Program number 3, Columbia County Programs 2 through 6, 9 and 10, and 12 through 14, Crawford County Programs number 12 and 13, and finally Dauphin County Programs number 28 and 29, 31 through 35, 38, and 40 through 42. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that will move us on to, motion passes. That will move us on to Delaware County and Stuart.
Delaware County Program number 44, Educational Data Systems for Employment Services, 0 spent, $200,000 committed. We recommend approval. Delaware County number 45, Delaware County Office of the Public Defender Harm Reduction Unit, 0 spent, $277,708.88. We recommend approval. Delaware County number 46, Human Services, Drug and Alcohol, for treatment services, total spent $1,801,619.79. We recommend approval. Delaware County number 47, Delaware County Office of the Public Defender Social Services, $42,195.88. 0. And then we recommend approval.
Stuart, just to be clear, that's for a social services supervisor position?
Yes.
In the public defender's office?
Yes, sorry.
It's okay.
Delaware County number 48, Partners for Justice, Public Defender's Partner for Justice, $85,135.20 spent. We recommend approval. And that's it for Delaware.
Okay, thank you. Any questions concerning Delaware County? That will move us on to Elk County. Shay.
Elk County Program Number 9, Elk County Probation Department for 2025 CYS out-of-home placement costs. And the amount spent is $4,250. With nothing further committed, we would recommend approval. Elk County Program Number 10, Alcohol and Drug Use Services. Appropriation to Elk County Alcohol and Drug Use Services. $45,945.90 was spent, nothing further committed, still under consideration. Elk County Program Number 11, Elk County Prison, Act 84 Body Scanner Services Agreement. $5,450 has been spent, nothing further committed, we would recommend approval. Elk County Program Number 12, Elk County EMS Providers, Leave Behind Kits. $200 has been spent with nothing further committed and still under consideration, would be the recommendation. And Elk County Program Number 13, Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services, Elk County Recovery Drop-In Center, $1,500 spent with an additional $3,000 committed, we would recommend approval.
Questions concerning any of the Elk County programs? That will move us on to Erie County. Stuart.
Erie County Program Number 25 for the Erie County SCA. It's a recovery home per diem assistance program. Zero spent. Committed was $150,000. We recommend approval. Erie County Number 26, restoration homes, also recovery house renovations. Zero spent, $20,000 committed. We recommend approval.
Any questions on Erie County? Moving on to Franklin County, and that is you, Kevin.
Thank you. Franklin County Project Number 18, Noah's House Sober September event. $0 expended, $2,000 committed. It is recommended approval. Franklin County Project 19, Noah's House again. Noah's House Home Run Derby. $0 expended, $2,000 committed. Also recommended approval. Franklin County Project 20, Pyramid Healthcare Recovery Spectacular. $2,000 expended, $0 committed. It is recommended approval. Franklin County Project 21, House of Hope Recovery Memorial Ride and Music Festival, $2,000 expended, nothing committed. It is also recommended for approval. Just waiting for scrolling.
Yep. Ray, if you could scroll these, thank you.
Okay. Franklin County Project 22, Lee's Legacy, Fiddling in the Field, $1,400 expended, nothing committed, recommended for approval. Franklin County Project 23, Franklin County Jail MAT Program, $54,493 expended, $245,507 committed. It is also recommended approval. Franklin County Project 24, Franklin County SCA, ensuring access to MOUD and OUD treatment services, $45,986.95 expended, nothing committed. It is recommended for approval. Franklin County Project 25, also from the SCA, Recovery Support and Justice Division Specialist, $9,861.85 expended, nothing committed, and it is also recommended for approval. That concludes Franklin County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Franklin? Moving on to Indiana County. Stuart, that's also you.
Oh, no, it's me. Indiana County Project 10, the Open Door Forensic Treatment Specialist, $20,044.30 expended, $136,557.70 committed, also recommending approval. Indiana County Project 11, the Brigade House, Recovery House for Women, $144,602.28 expended, $126,797.72 committed. This project is recommended for approval. Indiana County Project 12, Fire Tree Transport Van, $68,187.43 expended, 0 committed, also recommended for approval. Project 13, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, SAP program, Student Assistance Program, 0 expended, $88,200 committed, still under consideration at this time. Project 14, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, media campaign, 0 expended, $36,178 committed. This project is recommended for approval. Indiana County Project 15, the Open Door again, Critical Incident Stress Management Team, $0 expended, $5,040 committed, and it is recommended for approval. Project 16, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol, Kinship Navigator, $0 expended, $55,500 committed. It is recommended for approval, concluding Indiana County's report.
Okay, any questions concerning any of the Indiana County programs?
Kevin, Commissioner Fabian, I see this is the second time that the Students Assistance Program has been under consideration. What's the barrier there?
One second, Pat, let me look it up.
No problem. I just saw that was with another county, I believe it was Clarion too. I know the Students Assistance Program has been around a very long time in school districts. I was just wondering what they were looking for.
If I may, the working group had identified, that they wanted more information on, the total budget, including how many employees, if this was done as an SCA joinder, because we recognize that this is through, the SCA. So just trying to understand a little bit more about the operations and what all is included specifically in the total amount spent and committed.
I can pass that along. Wanted to get information. Thank you. I'm good, Kevin.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay, any other questions concerning Indiana County? Okay, that will take us on to Lackawanna County.
That'll be me. Lackawanna County, number 8, Lackawanna County Treatment Court, 0 spent and $56,000 committed. We recommend approval. Lackawanna County, number 9, Beyond Addiction, Women and Children Halfway House, 0 spent, $150,000 committed. Recommend approval. Lackawanna County, number 10, Lackawanna Susquehanna SCA, expansion of MAT and housing, 0 spent, $517,000 committed. Recommend approval. Lackawanna County, number 11, Inner Harmony Foundation, Trauma Informed Care, 0 spent, $35,000 committed. Recommend approval. Lackawanna County, number 12, Endless Mountain Extended Care LLC for a male licensed recovery house, 0 spent, $156,000 committed, and we recommend approval. Lackawanna County, number 13, the Recovery Bank, Peer Recovery Center, additional supports, total spent $325,000. Recommend approval.
Okay. Questions concerning any of the Lackawanna County programs? Moves on to Lawrence County, and back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Chairman. Lawrence County Project 16, Highland House Incorporated. It is 0 expended, $89,974 committed. It is recommended for approval. Lawrence County Project 17, YMCA Path to Wellness, $49,964 is committed, 0 expended. This is still under consideration, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about how they choose the participants of the project.
That's correct.
Right. Okay. Thank you. That concludes Lawrence County.
Any questions concerning Lawrence County? Okay, moves us on to Lebanon County, and that is Shay.
Lebanon County Program Number 6, Smart Prevention Specialist Program, $60,000 has been spent with an additional $720,000 committed. We would recommend that's still under consideration. And Lebanon County Program Number 7, ATS, methadone clinic, increasing the MAT, $60,000 has been spent, nothing additional committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, any questions concerning Lebanon County? Next is Lehigh County, and that is back to you, Kevin.
Thank you. Lehigh County project number 10, mobile therapy, $70,999.61 expended, $60,000.39 committed. They are seeking additional information, so it's still under consideration at this time. Includes Lehigh.
Okay, any questions concerning Lehigh? Moves us on to Luzerne, and that would be you, Stuart.
Luzerne County Program number 13, Luzerne County Human Services Dress for Success Program, $0 spent, $83,950 committed. We recommend non-compliance. Yeah, I can read it. Yeah. My best lawyer voice. This program does not appear to be sufficiently related to preventing the development of or supporting those in recovery from OUD and or any co-occurring SUDs or mental health conditions. Therefore, it does not appear to have a clearly established connection to OUD and any co-occurring SUDs and or MH conditions as a remediation strategy as outlined in Exhibit E.
Thank you. Next one.
Luzerne County number 14, Luzerne County Human Services, Greater Pittston Regional Ambulance, $0 spent, $81,305 committed. We recommend approval. Luzerne County number 15, Luzerne County Human Services, the Willow Foundation, $0 spent, $193,808 committed. This is still under consideration. Luzerne County number 16, Luzerne County Human Services, Endless Mountains Extended Care, LLC, $0 spent, $534,500 committed, still under consideration.
Okay, any questions concerning Luzerne County? That will take us to Lycoming County, and back to you, Kevin.
Thank you. Lycoming County project number 5, West Branch Drug and Alcohol Abuse Commission, BALM, $0 expended, $4,000 committed. This project is recommended for approval. Lycoming County project 6, West Branch Drug and Alcohol Abuse Commission, Too Good for Drugs, $55,987.22 expended, $0 committed. Also recommended for approval. Lycoming County Project 7, West Branch Drug and Alcohol Commission, Abuse Commission. ASAM treatment placements, $317,748.57 expended, $0 committed. Also recommending approval. Lycoming County Project 8, West Branch Drug and Alcohol Abuse Commission, Social Media and Recovery, $15,647.10 expended, $0 committed. And it is also recommended for approval. That concludes Lycoming County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Lycoming County? Okay, that's 10 counties, so we will have a move for a motion regarding those counties. The resolution will be that reviewed that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Delaware County programs 44 through 48, Elk County programs number 9 and 11 and 13, Erie County programs 25 and 26, Franklin County programs number 18 through 25, Indiana County programs number 10 through 12 and 14 through 16, Lackawanna County programs number 8 through 13, Lawrence County Program number 16, Lebanon County Program number 7, Luzerne County Program number 14, and Lycoming Counties numbers 5 through 8. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, if I could interrupt just a second, Rep. Flick, I'm going to abstain from Lycoming County, if you could make a note of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
And Commissioner Fabian, do you want to abstain from those Indiana County programs that include the joint Indiana Armstrong Clarion County entity?
Yes, we've already had that said here.
So you need a motion in a second.
Yeah, I think so.
Motion,
Sure.
Kevin? Can I have a second to the motion?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. With that, I would like to have another resolution relating to those counties. Resolve further that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby disapproves the following program as non-compliant with the applicable settlement terms. And that would be Luzerne County Program number 13. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
So move postal.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that will move us on to Mercer County. Kevin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mercer County project number 14, community arts experience, expansion of faith-based recovery programs, $80,519 expended, 0 committed, still under consideration, requesting additional information. Mercer County project 15, Hermitage Rotary Club, media campaign project, $75,000 expended, 0 committed. This is recommended for approval. Mercer County project 16, Trails and Conservancy, Phoenix Project Youth Substance Abuse Prevention Project, $57,000 expended, 0 committed, still under consideration, requesting additional information. Mercer County Project 17, Alpine Springs Rehabilitation Center. Alpine Springs program is $67,213 expended, $0 committed, still under consideration, requesting additional. Mercer County project number 18, BHC Advanced Services Incorporated, opioid medical lock boxes and medical disposal bags, $22,500 expended, $7,500 committed. It is recommended for approval. Mercer County project number 19, Bethel Life Worship Center, educational programming and training to assist individuals in OUD recovery, $55,678.58 expended, $18,559.52 committed. It is also recommended for approval. Mercer County project 20, growing wellness, evidence-based holistic approach to individuals in OUD SUD recovery, $68,202.86 expended, $22,734.28 committed. It is recommended for approval.
Christian nonprofit.
Sorry, Representative Flick, did you need something?
Oh, my mistake. Thank you.
Mercer County project number 21, Helping Hands Ministries Recovery Building Blocks Program, $28,725 expended, $9,575 committed. It is still under consideration, requesting additional information. Mercer County project 22, MCCDA Roar Center Recovery Support and Engagement Program, $18,235.50 expended, $6,078.50 committed. It is recommended for approval. Final Mercer County project 23, Ray of Hope Support Program, $75,601.88 expended, $25,200.63 committed. It is also recommended for approval, concluding Mercer County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Mercer County? Monroe County?
Monroe County Project number 10, Monroe County District Attorney's Office, MCDA Law Enforcement Treatment Initiative levy, $52,390.31 expended, $0 committed, still under consideration, requesting additional information. Concludes Monroe County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Monroe? Northampton County, Shay?
Northampton County Program number 10, the Northampton County SCA for Recovery Housing, $387,000 or $387,924.96 has been spent. Nothing additional committed at this time. We would recommend approval.
Thank you. Any questions concerning the Northampton County program? Northumberland County, that will be you, Stuart.
Northumberland County Program number 5, Central Susquehanna Opportunities, Inc. $40,000 spent, 0 remains committed, still under consideration. Northumberland County number 6, Northumberland County Prison, $44,531.12 spent, 0 remains committed. We recommend approval.
Okay. Any questions concerning Northumberland? Next is Potter County, Shay.
Potter County Program 11, Potter County Human Services, Purge to Change Interactive Journaling Program, $1,987.72 has been spent, with an additional $12.28 committed. We would recommend approval.
Questions concerning Potter? It'll take us to Somerset, Shay.
Somerset County Program 18, the Learning Lamps Trauma Informed School-Based Programs. $30,000 has been spent with nothing further committed, and we would recommend it. Somerset County Program number 19, the Children's Aid Home Programs of Somerset County for Adolescent Partial Hospitalization Program. $20,000 has been spent, nothing additional committed. We would recommend approval. Somerset County Program 20, Rural Islands Crisis Intervention Training. $51,040 has been spent, nothing additional committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, that will take us to Tioga County and Shay.
Tioga County Program 15, Harbor Counseling Transitional House, $34,794 has been spent with an additional $206 committed. We would recommend approval. Tioga County Program 16, Harbor Counseling Transitional House CRS Service, $508.19 has been spent with an additional $14,491.81 committed. We would recommend approval. Tioga County Program 17, Tioga County Department of Human Services, training for staff and collaboration. $5,397.68 has been spent with an additional $25,596.32 committed. Recommended, still under consideration.
Any questions concerning Tioga County? Okay, that will take us to Warren County and their 2 programs, and that's you.
County Program 6, Holy Sabat, lead program, $11,791.53 has been spent, nothing additional permitted. We recommended approval. And Warren County Program number 7, Holy Sabat, drug screens and tests, $258.90 has been spent with an additional $1,446.40 committed. We would recommend that still be under consideration.
Any questions concerning Warren County? Okay, we'll have a resolution concerning the previous 7 counties. I'd like to ask for a motion that resolved. The board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Mercer County Programs 15, 18 through 20, and 22 and 23. Northampton County program number 10, Northumberland County program number 6, Potter County program number 11, Somerset County programs number 18 through 20, Tioga County programs 15 and 16, and Warren County program number 6. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
Make a motion.
Fabian.
Second.
And Lori, are you going to abstain from this since it deals with Northampton?
Yes, I recuse myself.
Okay, any questions concerning the resolution? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes, and that will move us on to Washington County and Stuart.
All right, so Washington, there's a number of these, so bear with me. Washington County program number 28, Washington County Human Services, Blueprints, the Hope Pilot, $75,000 spent, 0 remains committed. We recommend approval. Washington County 29. Also, all of these are Washington County Human Services, by the way, if I skip it. Washington County Human Services Champion Christian Bridge to Life Recovery Center, $50,000 spent, 0 remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County number 30, County Community Living, $348,000 is spent, 0 remains committed. We recommend approval. Washington County Program 31, Drug and Alcohol Training, 0 spent, $26,400 committed, still under consideration. Washington County number 32, Department of Human Services Recovery Houses Renovation Support, $50,000 spent, 0 remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County number 34, DHS Software, total spent $300,000. Nothing remains committed. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 35, DHS Supportive Services, Housing and Homelessness, $80,949 has been spent. 0 remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County number 36, DHS Training Continuing Education, $25,000 spent. 0 remains committed. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 37, Direct Consulting Solutions, the Child Care Group Solution Center, $75,000 was spent. 0 remains committed. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 39, Gateway Rehab, total spent $3,510. Total committed is 0. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 40, Jeff Hancher Enterprises, Success Readiness Framework, $45,000 spent. This is recommended non-compliant. Program does not appear to be sufficiently related to education, employment, training, or other educational services for individuals in treatment or recovery from opioid use disorder and any co-occurring substance use disorders and or mental health conditions as outlined in Exhibit E. Washington County number 41, Loyal After School Programming, $125,000 spent, 0 remains committed. This is deemed non-compliant. This program appears to lack educational components on substance use prevention, risk-based criteria for determining participant eligibility, and an evidence base. Therefore, it does not appear sufficiently related to the prevention of any opioid use disorder and any co-occurring substance use disorders or mental health conditions. Washington County Human Services, Washington County number 42, Leadership Development LLC, 911 training, $35,000 spent, 0 remains committed. Recommend non-compliance. This program does not appear sufficiently related to providing first responders with education or training on any of the topics outlined in Exhibit E, including but not limited to naloxone use and distribution, medication-assisted treatment, connecting at-risk individuals to appropriate supports or Good Samaritan laws. Washington County 43, this is the Lemoyne Center after-school program of financial literacy, $75,000 spent, zero remains committee. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 44, Mel Blount Youth Home, $15,000 spent, zero committed. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 45, Washington County Human Services New Hope City Center Incorporated, Hope Haven Christian Recovery Center, $22,750 spent, zero remains committed. We recommend approval. Washington County 46, North Strabane Township Resource Officer, total spent $87,123, zero remains committed. This is recommended non-compliant. This program appears to support personnel costs for a school resource officer, which is considered law enforcement and therefore is not allowable under Exhibit E. Washington County number 47, Penn Highlands Mon Valley Wraparound Services, $218,000 spent, zero remains committed. We recommend approval. Washington County number 49, Regola Consulting Grant Management, $18,000 spent, $18,000 remains committed. This is recommended non-compliant. This program does not appear sufficient related to leadership, planning, coordination, facilitation, training, technical assistance, or research aimed at abating the opioid crisis as outlined in Exhibit E. Washington County number 50, Resurrections Power Recovery Housing Renovation, $132,849 spent, zero remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County 52, Sean Patrick House, $350,000 spent, zero remains committed. This is still under consideration. Washington County number 53, Shekinah Youth Ranch of the Mon Valley Youth Prevention Program, $25,000 spent, zero remains committed. This is recommended non-compliant. This program appears to lack educational components on substance use prevention and an evidence base. Therefore, it does not appear sufficient related to the prevention of opioid use disorder and any co-occurring substance use disorders and or mental health conditions. Washington County 54, Stryker Ace LLC, the Gardner House renovation, total spent $34,575, zero remains committed. We recommend approval. Washington County number 55, the Hill Group, Washington County OUD Services Assessment, $58,000 spent, zero remains committed. This is recommended non-compliant. This program does not appear sufficiently related to leadership, planning, coordination, facilitation, training, technical assistance, or research aimed at abating the opioid crisis as outlined in Exhibit E. Washington County number 56, Washington, the Turning Point Recovery House Initiative, $81,460.58 spent, zero remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County number 57, Korea Holistic Health Well Recovery Initiative, $21,600 spent, zero remains committed. Recommend approval. Washington County number 58, Washington Steamworks, $45,000 spent, zero remains committed. We recommend non-compliant. Program appears to lack educational components on substance use prevention, risk-based criteria for determining participant eligibility, and an evidence base. Therefore, it does not appear sufficiently related to the prevention of OUD and any co-occurring substance use disorders and or mental health conditions. Lastly, Washington County 59, WHS Teen Outreach Common Ground Teen Center, $80,000 spent, zero remains committed. This is still under consideration. And that completes Washington County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Washington County? I do want to make one note. This will be one of the first counties that we do ask the liaison position that we approved for for CCAP to be dealing with. Look, we take no pleasure in disapproving any programs, nor in having to go back for further information. But to the extent that information is not properly provided to us, and we just can't tell how it's done, there has to be something done differently in the reporting process. So we will have our new liaison officer, and in the meantime, we will ask Bree to reach out to Washington County and see what we can do to better to help them out with their reporting process and or their decision-making process and how they're going ahead with programs. It's not often I say that about any county, but this is just a abnormal number of both deemed non-compliant and also going back for additional questions. So anybody else want to add anything to that? But
I just read a news article today that they are implementing a task force to review these programs again. So I just read that this morning. So hopefully they're getting the picture that they need to do a little better, getting it out there.
yes, I think one of the commissioners had requested that,
Yes.
or commissioner or former commissioner, and I think it's good that they're doing it.
Yes, I mean, we ran into this with another county and they did much better later on. So I think it's just a matter of a learning curve.
Great. Okay, anything else on Washington County? Moving on to Wayne County, Shay.
Wayne County Program number 3. Wayne County Drug and Alcohol Commission for Prevention Services. Nothing has been spent. $194,000 has been committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, any questions? Moving on to Westmoreland County. That will be back to you, Kevin.
Thank you. Westmoreland County project number 18, Westmoreland County Case Management Supports Incorporated, Student Assistance Program, SAP, $0 expended, $270,000 committed. This is recommended for approval. Westmoreland County Drug and Alcohol Commission, WEDAC, expanding treatment, $0 expended, $101,394.99 committed. This project is also recommended for approval. Final Westmoreland project number 20, Westmoreland County Drug and Alcohol Treatment Court Transportation Assistance, $0 expended, $25,000 committed. This project is also recommended for approval, concluding Westmoreland County.
Thank you. Any questions concerning Westmoreland? That will take us on to Wyoming County and Stuart.
Wyoming County number 5 is from the Wyoming County Opioid Settlement Committee for GEM Radio Media Campaign. Total spent was $5,150. 0 remains committed. We recommend approval. That's it from Wyoming.
Okay. Questions concerning Wyoming? I'll move us on to York. Shay.
York County Program 19, York Adams Drug and Alcohol Commission, YAPAC at York County Prison. $71,474.56 has been spent with an additional $400,000 committed. We recommend that be still under consideration. York County Program 20, York Day Early Learning Caregivers in Recovery, $75,000 spent, nothing further committed. We would recommend approval. York County Program number 21, Life Changing Pathways, $187,535.36 has been spent with an additional $315,000 committed. We would recommend approval. York County Program number 22, York County Coroner's Office, York County Family Advocates, $70,300 has been spent with an additional $136,704 committed. We would recommend approval. York County Program 23, Penn State University College of Medicine, York County Smart Vending Machine, $128,200 has been spent with an additional $184,100 committed. We would recommend approval.
Okay, thank you. Any questions concerning York? Okay, we should wrap up all the counties then by, with another resolution. I'd like to ask for a resolution resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable terms, settlement terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Washington County Program number 28 through 30, number 32, number 35, number 45, 47, 50, 54, and 56 and 57. Wayne County Program number 3, Westmoreland County Program numbers 18 through 20, Wyoming County Program number 5, York County Programs number 20 through 23. Can I have a motion to that effect, please?
I make a
So moved.
motion. Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And second resolution with this group of counties, resolve further that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby disapproves the following programs as non-compliant with the applicable terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Washington County Programs number 40 through 42, number 46, 49, 53, 55, and 58. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved, Kevin.
Second.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, as I had mentioned at the beginning of the session, we have one presenter, and it's Kevin. It has to be out of here for another in Butler County. We've gone at this for about 2.5 hours at this point, and I think we're probably also all ready for a break. So I would like to ask Kevin, there's relatively few programs in the following 3 pages. If you would like to just go ahead and present those programs, Kevin, now, and then we can vote on even after you're gone. Bree, I think we're going to need your help in getting to the right page for this. I think his first one is going to be the City of Lock Haven.
I believe you're right.
Which is on page 14.
City of Lock Haven, project number 3, Center for Community Resources, crisis co-responder, $0 expended, $46,915.29 committed. It is recommended for approval. And that concludes City of Lock Haven.
Okay, any questions on City of Lock Haven? That'll take us to Lawrence County DA, program number 1, Kevin.
Thank you. Project 1 is Newcastle Police Department. Newcastle Police Department Play Program, PLAY, $15,000 expended, $30,000 committed. This project is also recommended for approval.
Thank you. Any questions? Lehigh County DA, number 1.
Thank you. This project is Lehigh County project number 2, actually. It's Mommy and Me program. It's $8,500 expended, $66,500 committed, and it is also recommended for approval.
Thank you. Any questions? And finally, it'll move us on to Westmoreland County. Kevin, for your final reports.
Thank you. Looking for it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I clicked to the wrong page. Apologize.
It's Union Township.
Union Township.
Project number 1. Union Township Police Department opioid training and implementation. $1,504.44 expended. $12,629.64 committed. This project is still under consideration. I believe there's one more.
Okay, and now one more, 2 more. One for Westmoreland County DA. And that is the last one.
Thank you. Westmoreland County, and I appreciate the opportunity to present these before I have to leave. I thank you very much. Westmoreland County DA project number 2, Westmoreland County Prison, MAT program, $0 expended, $226,743.82 committed. This project is recommended for approval. And that concludes Westmoreland County DA.
Great, thank you. That will conclude all of Kevin's. Kevin, I appreciate your doing that. And appreciate your making yourself available for the whole morning, knowing you had other commitments. So thank you very much. And with that, we are going to take a break. It is now 25 of 1. We will break until 10 of 1 so that people can grab lunch and also use the facilities. Okay. See everybody back at 5:01. Well, we will continue to move on, and the first program that we are going to consider is the Bucks County DA, and only that is their program number 2. There were 2 parts of their program number 2, one related to DAs, another one related to assistant public defender. The only one that we're going to be dealing with is the assistant public defender today. So this was voted on at a June meeting, and we turned it down. There was an appeal to the Dispute Resolution Committee. Very nice presentation done by Bucks County, and all connected with Bucks County, and it led us to realize that there was enough issues there that the Dispute Resolution Committee, which only consists of 7 members of the board, shouldn't be making the final determination, and therefore it's back to the entire board for their discussion, and essentially because it is dealing with the public defender issue, which we have dealt with oftentimes in the past. So with that, Shay, I think you were the working group that considered this, and would appreciate your going forward.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to read through, as Tom indicated, there's kind of been a lot of back and forth with this one, so I'm just going to read through kind of a timeline of events. And this is for a forensic involved diversionary program, Public Defender's Office. On March 17th, 2025, the Bucks County District Attorney submitted a report to Pennsylvania Opioid Misuse and Addiction Abatement Trust pursuant to Section 11 of the Commonwealth Court Order dated July 12, 2022, as amended on October 15th, 2024. As part of its report, the Bucks County DA identified opioid settlement funds expended on program number 2, entitled Forensic Involved Diversionary Programs, Public Defender. In total, the Bucks County DA reported spending $183,489.66 on program number 2 from August 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024. These funds were used to support 2 separate staffing positions within the public defender's offices, including an attorney and a support staff position. Specifically, during the relevant reporting period, $188,560 of opioid settlement funds were used to support the legal secretary 1 position in the public defender's office, and $204,809 was used to support an assistant public defender. At a public meeting on August 21st, 2025, the board approved, as compliant with Exhibit E, those opioid settlement funds expended by the Bucks County DA on the legal secretary 1 position. However, that portion of program number 2 related to an assistant public defender, $204,000, was determined by the board based on the recommendations of the working group that initially reviewed the program to be non-compliant with Exhibit E. That decision was based on an established understanding that public defender staffing positions are required by statute to be paid for by the county. On October 7th, 2025, the Bucks County DA filed an appeal with the Trust Dispute Resolution Committee, challenging the board's determination of non-compliance with respect to the assistant public defender position. On November 12th, 2025, the DRC held a public meeting at which the Bucks County DA presented its appeal. At the conclusion of the Bucks County DA's presentation, the DRC passed a resolution referring this decision back to the full board for consideration, as the expenditure of opioid settlement funds on a public defender position is an issue of first impression, including interpretation of key provisions of Exhibit D. In order to ensure that all trustees have the opportunity to review all materials submitted to the DRC in connection with the appeal record, and a video recording of the public DRC meeting, including Bucks County DA's presentation, were all sent to trustees in advance of today's public meeting. On November 19th, 2025, after the public DRC meeting, the Bucks County DA sent an email to the trust informing the trustees for the first time that the public defender position supported by opioid settlement funds will be mandated to handle 100% OUD and SUD clients. As the board will now consider the merits of the Bucks County DA's appeal regarding the expenditure of opioid settlement funds on a public defender position, additional context is necessary. The use of opioid settlement funds to support a public defender position is a matter of first impression, as no participating subdivision has previously sought approval for such a position. While the Trust Technical Advisory Group published an FAQ stating that public defender positions are the county's responsibility to finance, and upon review of the program and additional materials submitted to the DRC, such positions may be compliant with Exhibit B, Schedule B, Section B5, which states, support people in recovery from OUD and any co-occurring SUD, MH conditions through evidence-based or evidence-informed programs or strategies that may include but are not limited to the programs or strategies that provide community support services, including social and legal services, to assist in deinstitutionalizing persons with OUD and any co-occurring SUD, MH conditions. While this program was submitted under the auspices of the Bucks County DA as a litigating subdivision, it should not be interpreted to mean the trust is, by extension, approving the expenditure of opioid settlement funds on the assisted district attorney positions. It is not. District attorney positions that involve prosecutorial discretion constitute law enforcement, which is not a category of spending authorized by Exhibit B.
Okay. So that is where we're at. As I said, everything was presented to the Dispute Resolution Committee, and it just did not feel comfortable and is now before us for a discussion first and then for a vote. So could I have a discussion as to whether or not people believe this should be approved?
I guess I'll start, Mr. Chairman. This is Postal. Yeah, we did, as you said, a lot of discussion on this, and my personal view is that it should be permissible because I put a lot of weight into the additional information. I think that came after the initial discussion, and particularly there were minutes, I believe, of the salary board meeting that, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting, but
Renee, I still owe you $200.
that this position
Should only get
would not,
$400 at the
this
credit
position
union.
would not
All right, I'll get it
exist
to him.
without the opioid settlement
Okay.
money. It is true that counties do have a responsibility to fund public defenders' offices. We all have public defenders. We try to do it various ways. But this particular position is something that I see supplements that. And it's from a defense standpoint, not a prosecutorial standpoint. So that's my view, for what it's worth. So I'll yield back to you.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Chairman, can I say something? This was, part of my original working group. And I think Commissioner Postal pretty much summarized what I want to say, which is, there's a lot of disparity between the DAs and public defenders in my 30 years experience in treatment courts. So I would fully support this. I know we didn't make a decision that day, but I would certainly recommend it. I think it is at the heart of what we're trying to do with the funds as far as deinstitutionalizing folks. The majority of our individuals are involved in the criminal justice system. So I think having additional legal assistance is greatly needed.
Okay, other discussion?
I would concur. I think this is a fair line to draw between prosecutorial and non-prosecutorial legal services. I think that those non-prosecutorial services provided by public defenders and similar types of providers that can really help relieve the burden of the legal system on people who use substances and have substance use disorders is important. And despite the fact that funding is mandated to counties, we all know that counties can't always do what they're mandated to do. So, and I like the follow-up information that they were going to commit this position 100% to opioid use disorder and substance use means that the person doing the work is going to be qualified to do the work, which is really critical as well.
Okay. Other comments? I do not have a vote unless there's a tie, but I will weigh in with my opinion. I do believe that this should be permissible, both under the clear wording of Exhibit E, but also for the various reasons that Shay, Rob, and Stuart just set forth. I don't believe this is prosecutorial. I think this is defense of people and is aimed at putting people into diversionary programs, which should be the goal, and keeping them out of the criminal justice system. So I'd like to compliment once again Bucks County on the presentation they made and all of the information they made. And I would be very supportive of this program. With that, are there any other comments?
Commissioner Boozle, if I may, just my cautionary tale to anything to do with this is when you have required funding that's supposed to be coming from the county, it should. I look at this as above and beyond. And if I were to scrutinize a program, it would be this one because, like you said, I don't want just a typical public defender doing this. I would expect that they would have a higher education or training specifically to the drug and alcohol community and resources. That being said, I would also agree that this is a necessary. In many cases, I would also recommend that people contract this service out outside of their own county. So that being said, those are my own pieces of advice, but I do appreciate the chance to deliberate on this, and I do appreciate the comments. I give it with a cautionary tale. Thank you.
Commissioner. Okay, other comments? Hearing none, we will move on to the next program. When I ask for a motion, in light of this discussion, going to pose the approval in the positive as opposed to the negative, and I will treat the motion in much the same way as we've dealt with all the other motions for things we're going to approve. So with that, let's move on to the city of, we already did the city of Lock Haven, I believe, didn't we? We did. City of Lock Haven has already been done, which moves us on to the Dauphin County EA. Sure.
The wheel here. Dauphin County DA, program number 1. This is for treatment court, drug court, veterans court, and law enforcement diversion court. $119,000 spent. None remains committed, and we are recommending non-compliance. This program appears to support personnel costs for a deputy district attorney, which is considered law enforcement and therefore is not allowable under Exhibit E.
Any questions on that? Okay, next to Edwardsville Borough, and that is also you,
Sure. Edwardsville Borough number 1. This is for a license plate reader detection camera. Total spent was $8,173.80. We are again recommending non-compliant. This program does appear to support costs for license plate readers, which can be used by law enforcement in ways that may result in punitive outcomes and therefore is not allowable under Exhibit E.
Any questions? Next is Erie County DA, Stuart.
Erie County DA number 7, the Mercy Center for Women for Mercy Center Housing. $0 have been spent, $10,000 have been committed. We recommend approval. Erie County DA number 8, UPMC McGee Transportation Services Supplies Project. Total spent $10,000. $0 are committed. At this point, we recommend approval. In the Erie County DA, number 9, Taylor's Hope. Total spent $25,999. 0 remains committed. We recommend approval.
Thank you. Any questions concerning the Erie County DA? They'll move us on to the Exeter Borough and Stuart once again.
Exeter Borough number 1, Wyoming Area Regional Police. It's the Regional Police and Exeter Borough Opioid Recovery Support Program. Total spent has been $37,786.79, with $396.30 remain committed. We recommend approval. Keep going here.
Okay.
With you, Chair.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next is 44th Borough, program number 1. This is the 44th Borough Police Department Opioid Overdose Prevention Program. Total spent is $4,050, with the remaining $51,079.70. We recommend approval.
Thank you. And the final one in this grouping is going to be Lawrence County DA number 1, and that has already been presented by Kevin, and no questions were asked. So for that, I'd like to deal with the ones that we've just gone over. Resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups that met and reviewed the September 15, 2025 reports, approves the following programs as compliant, excuse me, with the applicable settlement terms as set forth in Exhibit E. Bucks County DA program number 2, and it's that portion of the program related to the Assistant Public Defender that we just discussed. City of Lock Haven program number 1, Erie County DA programs number 7 through 9, Exeter Borough program number 1, 44th Borough program number 1, and Lawrence County DA program number 1. Could I have a motion to that effect, please? Or could I have a resolution? Thank you. Second. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And a further in that regard, with regard to those counties or further resolved that the county, based on the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby disapproves the following program as non-compliant with Exhibit E. Dauphin County DA program number 1, Edwardsboro program number 1. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
So move postal.
Second.
Any discussion on it? All those in favor, please say
Aye.
Aye.
opposed. Thank you. That will move us on to the Lehigh County. And that was working group number 1. So Kevin has already reported on that previously. And that goes then to Middletown Township and working group number 3, Shay.
Middleton Township program number 2, prevention programs in schools, $5,781.42 has been spent with nothing further committed. We recommend approval. Middletown Township program number 3, data collection, $48,289.49 has been spent with nothing further committed. We would recommend this to be non-compliant. Program appears to support personnel costs for police officers carrying out law enforcement activities, which is not allowable under Exhibit E. Middletown Township program number 4, Narcan kits, $4,134.49 has been spent with nothing else committed. We would recommend approval. And Middleton Township training for first responders, $15,976.19 has been spent with nothing further committed. And we would recommend that still be under consideration.
Okay. Any questions concerning Middletown Township? Plains Township, Stuart, that is you.
Yep. Plains Township number 2, Plains Township Police Department Drug Incinerator Program. Total spent $6,010. None remain committed. We recommend approval.
Okay. Union Township, and that is, well, that was already given by Kevin. Moving on to Warrington Township, and that was working group number 3. Shay.
Warrington Township Program Number 1, Warrington Township Police Department and Department of Emergency Services, AED and Narcan kit purchase. Nothing has been spent. $61,439.55 has been committed. We request the study under consideration.
Okay, thank you. Next is Wyoming County DA number 1, and that is you, Stuart.
Number 1 is the Wyoming County District Attorney Drug Take Back Program. Total spent $459.20. None remains. We recommend approval. Wyoming County DA number 2 for Narcan distribution under the District Attorney's Office. Total spent $108 with none remaining committed. We recommend approval. Wyoming County DA number 3, Public Education and Media Outreach. $1,575 spent. None remains committed, and we recommend approval. And that's the end.
Thank you. Okay, that will complete the entire list, but we do need a vote on the last few that we went over. So I'd like to ask for a resolution resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby approves the following programs as compliant with the applicable settlement terms set forth in Exhibit E. It'll be Lehigh County DA Program number 2, Middleton Township Programs number 2 and 4, Plains Township Program number 2, Westmoreland County DA Program number 2, Wyoming County DA Programs 1 through 3. Can I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved.
Second for Flick.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the final resolution dealing with these matters, further resolved that the board, based on the recommendations of the working groups, hereby disapproves the following programs as non-compliant with the applicable terms as set forth in Exhibit E, Middletown Township Program number 3. Could I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion of that? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. That will complete the review of all of the programs that were submitted on September the 15th, as well as the Bucks County DA that had been submitted previously. We will get back promptly to the individual participating subdivisions and let them know what the outcomes are. But I really have to thank all of the members of the board and the who constitute the working groups. It really is a tremendous amount of work. Every working group meeting was well attended, very active participation, and we appreciate certainly the work of the group leaders in not only accumulating and leading the discussions at the working group, but also making the presentations today. So thank you very much. Couldn't do it without you. Now back to the agenda. We moved around a little bit here, so 8, yeah. But going back to where I think we are, we do have an insurance policy that was taken out and was voted on early on in the existence of the trust, and it was to have expired on December the 1st. And this is basically an O&D coverage, D&O coverage, excuse me, but also does cover the County Commissioners Association in accordance with the agreement we enter into with them. We're required to have insurance. So this insurance policy is essentially D&O, as well as covering our administrators. This was due to have expired initially on December the 1st of this year, because we were not going to have a public meeting and an opportunity for people to ask questions. I unilaterally decided to extend it to December the 15th. So we are currently insured under a policy that only I voted on, and extended to December 15th. But now the new insurance policy, we've gotten a proposal, same insurance as we've had before. The nice thing is there was a reduction in the amount that we're paying for it from $76,000 to $70,000. And I'm going to ask for for the full board to vote on a resolution to extend that. So first of all, I'd like to know if there's any questions concerning the insurance, why we have it, or whether it's necessary.
Yeah, Chairman, if I may. So the new policy is identical. I know the price went down, so thank you for that, but we didn't lose any coverage on anything, correct?
It's essentially the same. It's even clearer, though, as far as coverage of the D&O coverage.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? So I really have two resolutions with regard to this one. The first is a CYA for me. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby ratifies the actions of the chair, working with the trust administrator, the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, to extend the current E&O insurance policy through December 15th, 2025. Can I have a motion to that effect, please?
Sure thing, yes.
I'll second.
Opposed? I hear the ayes have it. Second motion is further resolved that based upon the insurance proposal for insurance renewal included in the materials distributed to the members of the board for this meeting, the board hereby accepts the proposal of primary $5 million E&O coverage as presented, effective December 15th, 2025 through December 15th, 2026. CCAP, working with the chair, is authorized to execute any forms necessary to execute and finalize such continuing coverage. Can I have a motion to that effect, please?
So moved, Kevin.
Second it.
Okay. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. That will take us to we have another resolution. We've already voted on one resolution dealing with Aliquippa City and Mahoning Township, but we do need a second one, Jason, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Aliquippa City and Mahoning, with Hazleton City, did not submit any reports in September. The action we took with regard to Aliquippa and Mahoning was with regard to their failure to report at the March 15th timeframe or any time thereafter. So we now need a motion to put them on warning that we are going to withhold 2026 monies in the event that they do not comply with the reporting requirements. I will say that the backdrop of it, as I said, is that Aliquippa, Hazleton, Mahoning failed and refused to submit a report to the trust by the September 15th, 2025 deadline. We've given them a notice of delinquency, requested that they immediately file with the trust, and none of them have filed any report with the trust following the notice of delinquency. Therefore, we've sent another notice to, but we've heard nothing, as I think was suggested by Commissioner Fabian. This will be one of the first orders of business of our new liaison that is going to be appointed by CCAP to reach out to those 3 subdivisions and try to get them to submit their reports so that we don't have to take any action. But the resolution I need is to put them on notice that money is going to be withheld. So I would like to have a motion as follows: resolve that the Board of Trustees of the Opioid Trust hereby puts Aliquippa City, Hazleton City, and Mahoning Township on notice that each participating subdivision must, within 3 months of the date of this meeting, submit a report to the trust. This official action will be further communicated in writing today in accordance with the notice to cure distributed to the trust for this meeting. If any of the participating subdivision fails to file such a report within said time period, the trust may reduce or withhold future distributions to these litigating subdivisions in accordance with the amended trust order. Could I have a motion to that effect, please?
Make a motion. Second.
Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? I will just make one note. I hate to do this to anybody, but we have had several of the municipalities and townships reach out, and we try to work with them. They're having trouble spending the money on their own. And we're encouraging the work with their SEAs, number one, and also with the counties of which they are a part, because they can do joint programs with them, satisfy their requirements, and also have the money directed to the communities where they are most needed. So it's too bad we have to put 3 counties on, or 3 subdivisions on notice. At the same time, it's only 3 subdivisions out of hundreds that do this, and fortunately, none of them are counties, and all 67 counties are to be commended for the way they have complied with every reporting period, which we all very much appreciate. So, having a motion and a second, and no further discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
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 I think that takes us to the final agenda item, which is a resolution regarding responses to the public listening sessions. You will recall that it's August meeting of the board that we hosted a public listening session to solicit input and feedback from the beneficiaries under the amended trust and the members of the public. The Sunshine Act does not mandate public participation at the meetings of the board. The board does recognize the value of engaging the community members to gather diverse perspectives on these issues. Want to add to that. We still believe that although we are happy to hear and have public listening sessions, to hear the perspective of the public, the main place that the public should be commenting is to the subdivisions who are spending the money. To my knowledge, most of the counties have set up either forums and/or they have public meetings at which the public can express their view on how the county ought to spend the money. Reiterate, the counties and the litigating subdivisions are the ones that make the decision as to what programs they're going to spend money on. Our job is to sit and determine whether they spend it in accordance with Exhibit E. So I encourage the public, to the extent they want to be heard as to the value or lack of value of any particular programs that are being considered, to go to the public meetings of the individual participating subdivisions and voice their concerns or questions there. But with that in mind, I would like to review some of the questions that that we did receive. And these were submitted to you all before. And what our proposed response is to those so that the trust can vote on those as our official answer to the questions, number one. And number two, so we can put them up as on frequently asked questions so that the public can be satisfied that we're answering the questions that they ask. The first question is that was by the Public Defenders Association, and it was, will the trust remove current frequently asked question indicating opioid settlement funds cannot be used to fund public defenders? In part, we've answered part of that with our earlier vote today on Bucks County. We did approve funds for the Bucks County for payment to a public defender. Earlier, even in the meeting, you'll recall that we did approve 2 social workers to work for different counties in the public defender's office. So, in fact, we are encouraging, and public defender monies can be spent on social workers, people to aid the public defenders in their work, and indeed, subject to all the parameters that we put into place with Bucks County and all the caution that we put into that, we indeed are amenable to entertaining spending on public defenders so long as they can show that they are not prosecutorial and are instead really defending the public from alleged drug offenses. Question number 2. When reviewing remediation programs submitted by participating subdivision, what tools and criteria are used to determine compliance? Once again, I would say that reiterate what our role is. Our role is to be responsible for reviewing the remediation programs and not proposing what the remediation program should be. With regard to what criteria is used to deem compliant, it is solely Exhibit E, which is part of every national settlement agreement and something that every county and participating subdivision that receives money agreed to be bound to, and is incorporated into the Commonwealth Court Order. Question number 3, you'll recall that the trust order was amended last year, and the question was, did we incur legal fees to amend the trust order? The answer to that is the Pennsylvania Opioid Trust did not seek the entry of the first amended order. The work to amend the original Commonwealth Court Order was carried out by the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General, and they were the ones that expended any funds that were necessary. You probably heard when you heard Neil's description of what will take place in Purdue-Sattler, there will be another amended order that will be coming before the Commonwealth Court in 2026. And once again, it is going to be the Attorney General that carries the laboring oar with that. Question number 4, will the trust offer the opportunity for public input at each public meeting of the Board of Trustees? The answer to that is no. We don't think that it is important to have it. We do believe that there is already the forum existing at the county level to voice opinions. But having said that, we do intend that we will have at least one public input at least one public meeting each year. It's our current intention to hold a public listening session during to be aligned with CCAP's annual conference each August. Their conference is scheduled already for early in August of 2026, and we would intend to have a give the public the opportunity for input at that time, and also remind you that at any time you can submit questions using the Contact Us form on the Trust website, and that allows us to give feedback that can be shared outside of the scheduled public meetings and will be available on our website. So we encourage you to make use of that. And many people already have, by the way. We get many questions to the website. And we also have the technical advisory group where any county can submit information concerning a program that they're considering entering into. And the technical advisory group, although cannot bind the trust, does provide feedback as to whether we deem that would be admissible, permitted under Exhibit E. And once the recommendation is made, it is circulated to the entire trust. So although not binding, because we have to vote in a public meeting, not binding, I think that if somebody asks a question of the technical advisory committee and hears back that the entire trust looked at it and it seems to be acceptable based upon what they set forth in their request, it likely will be approved, but cannot officially be done because of the Sunshine Act restrictions on the fact that we have to do it in a public meeting. And finally, the final question was does the amended trust order authorize individuals with lived experience serving on the board of trustees? And the answer is everything that for information regarding any governance questions relating to the trust, you can refer to the amended trust order. It sets forth what the qualifications are, who appoints the trustees. But in short, I can say that it certainly allows for authorizes individuals with lived experience serving on the board of trustees. Most of us don't wear it on our sleeves, but many of the trustees that have served in the past and are currently serving have had this lived experience that people are talking about, which isn't generally known to the public, but certainly there is no prohibition. And to the extent that anybody is appointed either by the legislature or by the counties or by the governor, and have this lived experience, it is very much welcome onto the board. Those are the questions that were asked. I have to say I was a little bit surprised once we went through all of the minutes that there were only 5 questions that were really posed, but it did give a good chance for us to hear many other very, very good comments, and we really appreciate everything that the public supplied to us. So with that, and the trustees just heard the answers that I proposed. As I said, most of those were provided to you before, with the exception of the one about the public defenders, which I slightly modified as a result of what took place in the meeting. So I would like to ask for a resolution that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the summaries and draft responses thereto regarding certain questions raised at the public listening session on August 21st. These responses will be posted following this meeting on the Trust website under the FAQ section.
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. If there's no further business to come before the meeting, I think that completes the agenda. And but does anybody have anything else they'd like to raise for the good of the order? Hearing none,
I just hope everyone has a very happy holiday season and a happy and healthy new year.
Same to you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you. Please have happy holidays and certainly to members of the public that are also listening. Okay, the meeting will be adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.